Hi guys, how are you all doing? Hopefully when I publish this video it's still New Year, so Happy New Year. Today let's talk about milk frothing. So I know I said uh, I'm gonna talk about milk frothing, but there's a lot going to milk frothing besides just like how to position your jug or your wine. So I'm gonna go from brewing the coffee to milk frothing. So it's gonna be a little bit too long than just frothing the milk because I want you guys to see the whole process. So bear with me. I got my mug. So the first thing I will do is grind my beans. As usual, magic happens. They get into the correct size. Oh, by the way, this is 16 gram. But then again, I use my I think this is Lapafoni 51 millimeter basket. But then if you're using this, then you have to try and experience with the grind. I believe it's like I would say somewhere between 14 or 15 grams, but you can Google it. So first thing, put your mug underneath here and then put your grind. Wait, so one of the people told me that he have a hard time to tamp the grind. So one suggestions, if you're using this, like, because you see how mine is bottomless, so I can just place it on a flat place. And he said I can't do this. One of the things you can do is take this out, so you have a flat plate, well, relatively flat. You take this out. Well, I'm not using this, but you can take this out. And excuse me again, I don't have my usual tamper, so I'm gonna use this as replacement. And then you tamp it. You don't have to push like all the force, like the barista. They make the 90-degree hand and then trash it. You don't necessarily have to do it. I think more important is to even it. So okay, let's go back to the topic. Alright, so take your grinds, and then I use my funnel. It's very important. This is a funnel from other brewing method, if you know what it is. Okay, so use your hand, distribute it. Okay, I want to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm gonna use the tamper. Okay, for the sake of it, so I will just do it on here. You know how some barista they actually do it at an angle, not a flat surface. So you can also do it at an angle, but just like you have to practice with it. The way I like to do it is I kind of wiggle a little bit and level it, try to make sure it's at the correct level. Now I don't have my handle, so I have to do it like in a funny way. So see, as long as you make it flat, like even if I'm wait, can you guys see it? Even if I'm doing it at an angle, I can still make it flat, as long as like you're 90-degree from this edge. Then I'm done. I don't have to push like all the force in it. As long as I know the coffee being compressed until at certain point it stops moving, that's enough. Okay, sorry I waste too much time on this. So I'll let water go out one turn so that I make sure I have fresh water like this. Then now I insert my portafilter. I have to make sure you guys can see. I have to check the screens and stuff. Alright, so now dumped out the water. Some people don't like to, saying like, oh, you have a residue water inside your mug. I don't really care, because I'm making a milk drink, so a little drip of water, it wouldn't affect my taste. So now it's ready. Let's brew. Came out pretty good. Can you guys see it? Yeah, that's pretty good, right? So I usually don't time like precisely, but I usually look at the color and also the lights. I found most of the time when I stop at when the light turns off, if the flow is correct, when the light turns off, it's mostly the correct time. So see the creamer? Is that what you're looking for? Okay, so now yeah, let's talk about milk frothing. When you froth the milk, first thing you will turn to the steam knob position, but then when you turn it to the steam knob position, you count like 10 seconds, and then you begin your milk frothing process. Don't wait until the green light comes on, because you want to keep the boiler on all the time when you're steaming, so you have more heat. So, and I'm gonna explain the process before I start everything. So you have your milk below the spout, or a little bit over is fine, but if you have to know what you're doing if you do put too much milk. So when I position my wand, when I first have my machine, I heard from somebody saying, oh, you should keep a vertical whirlpool, and then most people saying, oh, no, not vertical, you want a horizontal like whirlpool motion going. I tried both, and I think it doesn't really matter, but I'm gonna try to make a whirlpool motion like horizontally, because most people like to see this, versus like people may say like, oh, if you do it like vertical, that's not good. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn to steam. I know my shot is dead already, but just for demonstration, and I'm still gonna drink it. I'm still gonna enjoy it, so don't worry about me. Oh, okay. Yeah, one more thing, you have to bleed your steam wand. So now it's almost the time. See how many steams in here. It's hot. Okay, so now get started. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One of the things I forgot to mention about is the type of steam wand you're getting. I know this is the Ranchilio Silvia version 1 or version 2 steam wand. Like I said in the discussion before, you have two versions. One, the tip is the tip hole is bigger. Another one is smaller. I recommend the smaller hole, but now I'm using the bigger hole, which is the male version of the tip. It is a little bit challenging because you cannot froth you're very easy to overflow your milk versus the smaller hole, but you can still do it. So now I have my milk. Let's see if I can do it, if I have the correct texture. So it's really difficult to do it with the camera. So you position. This is a little bit too thick, not the way I like, and it's really difficult to do it in front of the camera. You guys don't know, like, I have my camera in front of my chest, so basically I don't know, should I look at the camera, the screen, or should I look at the actual cup? So I hope I can show you guys, like, you can make latte art with EC155. So yeah, let's go back to the discussion about the wand. So if you have most likely you're gonna have the bigger size of the tip for the steam wand. The thing you have to do is you position your jug, like, you know, right around at the favorite position I have is like the 5 o'clock at the jug. I like to do it at an angle like this. Oh, maybe you can see it like this. Like, this is exaggerating, but like this. And then you hear the paper tearing sound for maybe like 2 seconds. But I like to feel it. I recommend you guys to feel like how much higher your meal is getting, and then experience with it. I think that's the fun part of like making your own like espresso, or own cappuccino or latte, because some people like thicker milk form. I like thicker form versus like thicker form can make good latte art, but I still like it. So let me take a sip. Yeah, so if you have the bigger hole size, beware your milk froth is gonna be very quick. But yeah, once again, you have to experience it. So now you're done with the whole process. What you do? You're gonna turn it off? No. You're gonna go back to coffee brewing, and I believe this is the time I can safely take this out. And I have my knock box. Awkward knocking motion. Okay, so what you're gonna do next is you want to temperature serve your machine to, because imagine you just push all the water vapor out of your boiler. Now your boiler is not like nearly empty of water, so you want to fill up with water. So what you do is you turn on your steam wand, and then you turn on your brew function at the same time until you see water coming out from your steam wand, like now, and then you turn it off. You turn off both. So now you make sure you have water inside your boiler. Sorry, I said this is a milk frothing tutorial, but it's actually a whole process of how you brew your coffee, how you brew your latte or cappuccino with the EC155. So I hope you guys do enjoy it. I apologize once again for the time that I waste on you. So I hope you guys do like me. Enjoy your coffee. Bye bye.